Hello, and welcome to episode 51 of On Second Thought with Mike and Matt. Coming to you live from Radio Row in Santa Clara, California. Super Bowl.
Warm and toasty.
Super Bowl Sunday. It's nice of them to open up the broom closet so we could broadcast live from the Super Bowl. But here we are.
Our first on-site recording live. It's unbelievable, Mike. The people that don't know we're here, it's absolutely stunning, this place.
And add a little wrinkle to all this. Matt and I still have never met in person. He's in a different broom closet, and I'm in another one. We don't want to break the streak of meeting actually meeting in person. So we've set this up in such a way that I'm talking to mops and brooms and dustpans.
Oh yeah, dustpans in yours. I got a mop sink in mine, so I'm standing in that right now.
It smells great, I bet.
It's a little weird. Sounds like lots of activities outside the door happening. I don't know. I'm afraid to open the door, see what's going on outside.
They might send you a pack and say, "Sir, that badge you have is not official. It is time to leave."
That's a possibility. We've been in these closets for a couple of days now, hiding.
And leave that one alone. What's funny about Radio Row and Super Bowls and things of that nature is a lot of those guys that actually broadcast from there all week, they then go home on like Friday afternoon. They don't stay there for the game. They don't either they've never been given tickets or they don't want tickets or whatever, but they broadcast there to be in the mix, as they say.
Yeah.
But then they go home and have to watch the game at home.
Yeah, I know. When the Bengals went a few years ago, of course, all the local news agencies were out there and everything, and they stayed for the whole week. Just every day there's a report from, the Super Bowl, and then Sunday, maybe a couple guys get inside access, but most of them, they're all just staying around outside, just talking.
Giving you that shot of the stadium behind them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, here we are, Super Bowl Sunday, our bi-weekly podcast about life, video games, sports, and whatever other tomfoolery is back. Maybe a little longer than 2 weeks. I can't remember the last time we recorded, but we weren't able to do one in the middle of the week, so here we are in the weekend. A lot of things have transpired since we have last spoken, Matt. Weather, snow, Patriots making to the Super Bowl, emulation, lots of things on the docket to discuss today. So first, let's talk about the weather. And we are in the shit. We are in the midst of. I think we are at a breaking point. That if we get one other big storm here, and it stays bitterly cold like this, there's going to become a tipping point where things get a little hairy, as they say.
Yeah.
What was it, about 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks? Mm-hmm. We recorded, I think, on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday you started getting the snow, and then Sunday I started getting the snow. We got somewhere between 2.5, 3 feet of snow. I had to go into my backyard to dig out the generator because I didn't think it was safe for the generator to be buried in snow. And when I was out there waiting in what I would call untouched, fresh snow, it was over my kneecap. So I'm estimating that's like, around 34, 36 inches, something like that. Some other parts of the area, it's a little tougher to tell how much we got because of wind drift and trees and everything like that. But where it was out in the backyard with a generator, there's no trees blocking any of that. So that was sort of a good barometer of how much we got. And like I said to you, luckily it was all light, fluffy snow. If that was 3 feet of heavy, wet shit.
Oh, that'd been bad.
Very, very bad.
Yeah.
And then it was, bitterly cold for the last couple weeks and a half. We had some days in the mid-30s, but it was just starting to go down a little bit. I didn't mean like not to the point that you could see the ground again, but you could see the mounds and everything that I was building just slowly gradually going down. And then yesterday we got dumped with about another 5 inches. So yeah, it's been a hell of a time. How has it been in Ohio?
About the same, not as bad snow total wise, but bad enough for here. We're anywhere between 8, 10 inches, some places 14, 15 inches. Yeah, it was snowed all day last Sunday. I mean, all day, just heavy snow coming down. I had to go out about 3-4 times to shovel the driveway. Just so it wouldn't be all at once. And it was a light, powdery, fluffy snow, but still, there's a lot of work there. It was heavy. There's a lot. And yeah, that brutal cold. Oh my gosh, the cold has been horrible the past few weeks.
I think right now, as we're talking, it's the coldest it's been for us. So it's like 0 degrees. Says, with wind chill, it's like -14.
Right, yeah.
And so the rub for me is today is my first day off, and I'm off tomorrow from work. My family is going to be heading out here in about a week to go to California for the kids' vacation, and I'm going to be stuck home here. I need oil, not right now as we speak, but in about a week and a half, I'm going to need oil. So I got to take advantage while my wife is home and stuff to sort of tend to the driveway and then pray to the weather gods we don't get any more snow, especially when they're gone, because then I go, theoretically I might be doing some work. I got the dog. I got, I'll just be on my own. What I'm trying to say is I need to tend to the driveway today at -14 degrees to clean up, because our driveway, the shared driveway, is in such poor shape. It like crowns in the middle and like the grooves of the tires. So the guy who comes down with the plow can't get it all the way scraped down because of the ruts. Right, so I got to go out there and tend to that, because my oil guy will not come and deliver me oil if it is too precarious for him. All the dips and turns of my driveway. It's not a straight. It's not a straight shot. So that's my day today, to go out there and tend with that in the cold. Lots of trips to the public sand and salt pile, filling up buckets after I shovel what I need to shovel, and then put some sand and salt down and hope for the best. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that. It is cold here. We haven't seen a day over freezing in a couple weeks now. It's like you had been in the 20s. Then at night down in the single digits with the wind chills below 0. It's been bad. And we got a warm up coming this week, it looks like, hopefully. 40s, 50s, which is going to create its own problems around the area. But start warming up, start getting rid of this all this goddamn snow.
40s, 50s sounds nice, doesn't it? I mean, we'll be here.
Oh, like a heat wave coming through.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I don't think.
Yeah, that's the problem, too. A lot of the stuff's been melting, and then overnight it freezes over, so it creates nice ice in the morning, which sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting over 40 until a week from this coming Monday.
Yeah, I don't know if it.
That is
I don't think our forecast has changed.
That is our weather report, as we always like to start the show, because all our avid listeners are so interested in the weather. But this is what old men do when you get old.
This is what we do. Yeah, this is what we do now.
We talk about the weather.
Yes.
So moving on, we have the Super Bowl today, Matthew. And my excitement level is very, very low for a number of reasons. I just got done with work, so I haven't had time to sit there. I work 6 days this week instead of the usual 5, so I'm a little fatigued from that aspect mentally and physically. And then just all the weather stuff. And then, things going on in the country that are making me less than enthused and excited to be an American citizen. And then coupled with the fact that the Patriots owner, I'm not saying is caught up in the Epstein stuff, but he is emails have leaked about him. Epstein giving him legal advice. And just all. And then we got some guys in the team that are up for like assault and battery, and then they're going into the game talking about how we're killers. The whole thing is. The internet has ruined a lot of things, Matt.
Oh yeah,
back in the day, you would not know any about it's not like all this stuff just started happening.
No.
Recently, all this stuff has always been going on. We just didn't know all the backstories on things, and so I'm excited to root for my team. I'm not necessarily excited to root for the people that make up the team, if that makes any sense. Cautiously optimistic going into the game. Seattle's a good team, but we're not talking about playing, Roger Staubach over there or Tom Brady. It's Sam Darnold, for Christ's sakes, as the quarterback. He's had a good year. Can he win it all? We'll see. I think Seattle's favored, but it should be a good game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. Could be wrong.
It should be. All the playoffs games have been pretty good, so I'm hoping today it's good. I'll be watching it. We'll be watching the game. Obviously, because of you, I'll be rooting for the Patriots. But sitting there, got my snacks ready to go. Look at that, right there on his heart.
So that's how subtle it is. That's my subtle enthusiasm. It's the tiniest little logo on a hoodie.
It's covered up.
That's right.
Yeah, got my football eats ready to go this afternoon, and looking forward to it.
I know it
be watching it.
I know it wouldn't make any difference to you because you don't get off holidays at your work. Such is life. But when are they moving this thing to the Sunday before President's Day, so people don't have to go back to work the next day if the company gives it the day off?
Probably. Aren't they talking about going to 18-game season?
Well, Players Association came out this week and said, there's no appetite whatsoever for that.
So then the answer is it's not going to, Mike. It's not changing.
Okay.
It's not. It's going to stay the way it is.
Do you have any predictions?
There's been talks. There's been talks years and years about moving it to like a Saturday night.
Well, Super Bowl Sunday,
I don't think that'd be the same.
That.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can't. That wouldn't be the same. You gotta have it. You gotta have it on Sunday. Hell, people are going to. It ain't that late of a night. People can go up, get to work still on time on Monday. Come on, man up, people. Jeez, oh, peace. What the hell?
Well, if you don't bomb away, starting at 2:00 in the afternoon. It's not so much the time the game ends. It's how much pre-gaming and in-gaming you've been doing.
Right, that is true. It depends on what happens during the day there and how soon people start. I'm sure many New England are probably already starting this early Sunday morning. Get their afternoon nap in and then finish up the night.
Afternoon nap. Are you a big fan of afternoon naps?
It depends.
Depends.
It depends on the day and what's going on. But yes, I could take naps sometimes in the afternoon.
All right, well, hold that thought for a quick second.
Again, old people, Mike.
for a quick second, hold that thought. Give us a prediction on the score. My sons will not give a prediction, which makes me nervous. They were very confident in all the other playoff games that the Patriots were going to win. Of course, they did win. But none of them want to give a prediction today.
I'm going to say, unfortunately, I'm going to say Seattle 28, New England like a 20, 21, something like that.
Yeah. I feel similar. But we all felt that way, too, against the Rams, that mighty Rams team with Marshall Faulk and Isaac Bruce and Kurt Warner. Greatest show on turf, right? Is that what they were called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything can happen. Anything. I'm sure both teams are hyped up, ready to go. But
what is your thoughts on Belichick and Kraft not getting into the Hall of Fame?
They'll eventually going to get in there. Okay, yeah, it's their first year. They'll get in there next year or the year after. They're going to be getting in there. It's a big deal about nothing.
for Mr. Helmer sitting there in Ohio,
sure.
it is. But for those guys, who've won, Belichick's won 6 Super Bowls as a head coach, 2 as a defensive coordinator, and then he's been to countless other ones. It's a bad look for the NFL. The guy who runs the Hall of Fame has come out and says, people will be removed from the platform for voting improperly because the mandate was to vote for the best candidates. The mandate was not to vote for people that could be going off the list and don't get another shot. He said it was repeated 4 times at the meeting. Vote for the best candidates, not vote for people that might not get another shot next year because this is their last year of their eligibility. And he said those people that have leaked early ahead of the voting and have voted that way will be removed.
Here's my so the people voted, and they voted how they should.
No, that's wrong. He just said no. No, he just said vote for the best. These people have come out and said they didn't vote for the best. They voted for people that weren't going to be there anymore.
Well, I don't know. And fucking get rid of the whole. It's no different from Trump getting his panties in a wad when someone makes fun of him. Just because your guy didn't get in doesn't mean someone did wrong. Hell, Kenny Anderson, Willie Anderson should have been in there.
I just have a problem when Roger Craig gets in after 28 times. How are you a fucking Hall of Famer after 28 times? Someone's looked at you for 27 times prior and said, nope. On the 28th time, yep, that's just a...
Yeah, now it's time. Yeah.
I am all for like one and done. You get one crack.
Wow. Boy, that'd be rough.
You're either a Hall of Famer or you're not. What's the...
You wouldn't have much of a Hall of Fame building then.
That's the whole point of it, Matt. It's the creme de la creme. It's the best of the best. It's not very good players. It's the elite. It's the Mount Rushmore of players. Right? Isn't that what the Hall of Fame is? Yeah. It's not like you've had a nice career and you showed up every day and you did your best. This isn't a participation trophy you're getting here. This is the Hall of Fame. The best of the best. The creme de la creme.
Well, apparently they're not.
Yeah, because they did. Otherwise, they wouldn't have a ceremony every year. That's the problem. They wouldn't be able to market this every year.
Exactly. Yeah. It all comes down to money.
Let's get back to better topics, Matt. You're talking about afternoon naps, and I have candidly been struggling with the mental health of late for a variety of reasons. I think, work, unfulfilling, getting older, parents getting older, natural chemical imbalance that you can't put your finger on. And I've been thinking to myself a lot of what is a good day? What would make Mike happy? What is a good day for me? And this past Monday, I only worked like 5 hours. I just did some overtime, and I got a bunch of walking in with the dog. Did a little bit of work. Got my after the walks, I got my exercise in, weightlifting in. Did some gaming. Some chores around the house. As boring as all that sounds, I think Monday
sounds like a well-rounded day.
Monday was a good day, and so it's been giving me pause. It's part-time where I need to go. Do I need to go? But I'm too young. I still got kids. I got kids I got to put through college. But that felt like a fulfilling day, a well-rounded day, some me time, some time that I worked, earned some money, got out, smelled the roses, got some exercise, quality time with the dog, did things around the house to clean up, tidy up, so you don't feel like you're living in a dust bin. I've been giving a lot of thought of that, of what makes me happy and what is a good day. Do you have any thoughts around that topic?
I have a couple versions of a good day. A work day, like a good work day. Go in, I get there early, as you know, okay, and it's very nice being there early by myself.
No talking to Matt that early too.
lights are out. The lights are out still in most of the building and that. Just get the glow of my desk lamp and my computer. Get my coffee going. I go through some stuff of what's going to be going on during the day and that. Have a nice lunch. Stress-free day would be good. Come home. Ideally it'd be springtime, summertime, or come home and I can sit outside on the back patio and cook some dinner and that. And then at night come up and play some games and shit like that. And then like on a weekend, like a perfect day, could be getting up, getting a fire going, playing video games, watching TV all day, not doing anything. Would be a nice day. And then another nice.
I'm going to stop you there for a second. I can't do that all day. I don't know what it is. I think I want to. Like if you dug deep inside me, that's what I want to do. But something has been ingrained in people our age that your self-value in life is to do some form of work, whether it's whether it's employment, house chores, task. There's something deeply ingrained in me that if I just sit around on the couch for 8 to 10 hours watching movies, playing video games, I've wasted my day away.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't an everyday thing that I'm doing. There's, like yesterday, we.
No, but I don't even allow myself one day to do that.
Really? Oh man, you gotta have a. Well,
I don't know. I want to, but Yes, this is the chemical imbalance. Maybe there's something that says no. You've just played for 3 to 4 hours. Stop.
Yeah, do something. Right. Yeah.
Go vacuum. Go dust this. Go mow the lawn. Go. Pull up weeds that are out. Whatever it is.
Well, sure. In the summertime, when you can go out, you go out right now. I can pull some weeds.
Well, no. Today I got to go out there and tend to the driveway, like I just talked about.
Yeah. Today my driveway's clean. I gotta do some research on this other water valve issue. Kind of look some stuff up with that, but yeah, I mean the house is clean. That's all been vacuumed up and everything yesterday and taken care of. I got to cook some food and stuff for later, but nothing. Major we have to do around the house. Hopefully.
Doesn't a part-time gig sound nice? I know you always talked about the bicycle shop, like just going in, like fixing a couple bicycles, 9 to 3.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, like I used to do. That'd be great.
Used to work at a bicycle shop?
Yeah. Well, you said part-time.
I didn't know that.
I'd go on the weekends, like on a Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday I'd go in and work, and I would fix bicycles. I would sell bicycles.
This had to be way long time ago. How long was this? Got to be almost 20 years ago.
We was living here in this house, so it had to been 2006 or later. Yeah, probably about.
And how did that stop?
Christopher was born.
Oh, okay.
Christopher. So it had been 2007, 2008, that time frame that we was doing this.
Yeah. So
when Christopher got born, and kind of after that, the time was not as abundant with a newborn. So.
No, fuck no. He didn't need any dad around.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, so I kind of put an end to that. This is a nice little bike shop.
Yeah, they still in business?
Yeah, it's the oldest bicycle shop in the world, in the United States.
And they paid you, and it was volunteer work or paid work?
No, I got paid.
Yeah, and
it was a nice little gig.
And you knew what you were doing?
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I knew what I was doing. Yeah.
And
I was a hell of a salesman.
Oh, really?
I could sell these bikes so easily, especially the old people.
Then why did you get back to it? They're probably different people there.
Yeah, the owner sold to someone else. He's down in Florida now, so it's a different owner. It's a different vibe there. Used to be a laid back place, really nice laid back place. The owner when we worked there, like he'd buy us lunch. There's a great little Italian place down the road. He'd always buy pizzas and shit. during lunch and stuff, or steak hoagies and that.
You can't have fat salesmen at bike stores.
No, we weren't. I mean, hell, I wasn't back then. I wasn't fat. He had a beer fridge. We'd Fridays, we'd have beers, or Saturdays, and they have a couple of beers and shit. It was a neat little place. That was right downtown Old Milford. Nice, walking little town, and very busy. Lots of great people come. Shit, what's his name? Oh, my mind's drawing a blank now. Marvin Lewis. I sold a couple of bicycles to Marvin Lewis.
Oh yeah, was he a nice
He would
guy?
always come in. He'd always come in. Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy. He couldn't coach worth a shit in his later years, but he was a great guy. He was very nice. Yeah.
Now it's all people walking in their spandex and those spiky shoes, the cleats for their bikes. They're walking in. Yes, I would like.
We had that too. Back then. I think the most expensive bike that we had back then was probably around $2,000-3,000, somewhere around there. We had lots of bikes in the $1,000 range, $800 range.
Now, were you walking around with one of those? I don't know what they officially called those hats. I would call them like a more streamlined painter's cap. But
that cycling cap on it, where you pop up with the bill flipped up in the front.
Were you walking around with one of those on?
No, I was not. No. No, I have my red hat on.
That's just for the
like normal. That's neat little store. So, but yeah. No, I could go back and do that again sometime if I wanted to, maybe, or something. But
I think if money wasn't an object to survive, to thrive, to indulge, I would like to do like get up every day, hit the ground running by 9:30. And we do a little volunteer work at like a local shelter, animal shelter. Come home, late lunch, do some exercising, walking, and then the rest of the day, sitting around video gaming, tinkering, which we'll get into here in a minute. And
yeah,
I think that would be a good day for Mike. But I think that's years off. I think there would be, if I started to do that now, there would be more mental health issues, because I'd be like, well, I'm only 50 years old. It's too early to retire. I need to be out there working. I think there's plenty of people out there that can just retire at any age or stop working at any age, and it doesn't weigh on them. I don't think I would be one of those people. I feel like something is ingrained in me that I have to keep working until I can't, or I'm unhireable, something along those lines.
Yeah, I think definitely for me, retirement is not going to be just completely stop working. I mean, I will take some time off, but yeah, a part-time gig somewhere doing something, even if it's like at Lowe's or Home Depot type of place, or the little local hardware store during the day, a couple hours here and there. Just get out, do something, keep mobile, keep talking to people, volunteer work, of course. Yeah, just.
I can picture you at the local hardware store. The up-and-coming Matt Homer will come in, who just needs whatever he just needs to get the project done and doesn't want to be upsold, and you'll have a little taste of what it's like on the other side. Are you sure? I just want to let you know. Are you sure? What are you trying to do?
No. Nope. It's going to be, some guy's going to come in, I need a valve. All right, here you go. Here's the valves.
Well, what are you trying to do?
Help yourself.
What's the project?
Nope. That's not. Nope. If they ask me something, what kind of valve would you get? I don't hear this one here looks good. I don't care.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'll tell you what looks good these days, Matt. That is,
the
Retroid Pocket 5. Look at that! I got a nice little purple case on it now.
I like that. Is that like a silicone, one of them silicone grippy cases?
Kind of, yeah. Kind of. It's a little harder plastic than that, but it's not really silicone, but same type of deal. Now, a lot of people, when they get the devices, they sell a Retroid in the same color as this indigo blue that I'm showing out that no one else can see. My Retroid Pocket 5 is gray. I like the two-tone look. Some people like it all to blend together. So yeah, that came in the mail today. And if you notice, it just like doesn't get too much on the front. It's kind of off to the sides, so it doesn't really get in the way. So
yeah, it's kind of like the cover for my Ally. It's kind of almost similar to that.
The last time we convened, Matthew, we unboxed this. It was a very exciting day. There was lots of fanfare in the streets and a ticker tape parade and everything like that. And it's been a hell of a 2 weeks. You know, if you think back to some of the other episodes we were on, I was at the point where I was willing to pay someone to set up the device, and I wanted to play NBA Street 2, I wanted to play Kirby's Epic Yarn, I wanted to play Super Stardust Delta, and a smattering of other things. I said, if someone just mailed that to me, I'd be shitting in high cotton. I'd be loving life. All right, well, I mentioned that I don't know how many times in the podcast, and either no one's listening or no one stepped up. You know, you take you take your pick.
A little bit of both.
So I decided to buy one of these things myself and take a deep dive into emulation immersion. And here we are. A little over 2 weeks later, I have this up and running.
Yeah.
I have all the systems I want on here. All the games I mentioned I have on here. I'm playing them with the exception of one, which we'll get into in a minute. But it has been a positive journey. It has met and probably exceeded my expectations. I followed the Retro Game Corp's guide, Russ from Hawaii, who's got a channel. I follow him. I advise other people getting into emulation to follow him as well. The guide is a little outdated here and there because he recorded it maybe about a year and a half ago, but it's not too far off that you get lost. And so I took it step by step. I have installed various emulators. I have a front end. I can play everything from like the Atari up to the PS2. So I have Atari, NES, Dreamcast, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, Wii, Wii U, PSP, Vita, and PlayStation 2. Now,
that's a lot.
If anybody knows me, I'm a guy that likes to seek his honey from the source. You know what I mean? I like to play my games at the source. I feel that's the best. And so emulation was always this thing that was like, well, it's going to kind of work. It's not going to kind of work. And there's some truths to that. Some games, PS Vita emulation is very, very hard, mainly because the people that were doing it stopped. I don't know if they got a cease and desist or whatever, but I guess beforehand there was a better emulator out there for PS Vita. There's now a new one, and they're just kind of getting started. A lot of the games don't work. The game that I really wanted to play, Super Stardust Delta, boots up. You can play it for about a minute, minute and a half, and then it crashes. And boy, it looks so good. Compared to all the other versions I have of... As I was playing these other versions of Super Stardust, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm enjoying this. This is good. But I always felt like the Vita was the best version. And I was thinking to myself, is this like revisionist history? Just, you know, you kind of think that first girlfriend was the best, and you go back and now, you know, it's not as good as you remember, right?
Right.
It was fucking sweet. It was sweet. Playing it, I was like, this is what I remembered. It just felt better, looked better, everything popped. And then crestfallen once it crashes about a minute, minute and a half in. So the Vita emulation is a work in progress. It was probably the most labor intensive out of all of them. But mainly I am dabbling in PS2 and Wii stuff, so I'm playing a lot of NBA Street Volume 2, and I'm playing a lot of Kirby's Epic Yarn on the Wii. But I have played other games, baseball games and old Atari games and NES games, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. And you know, also learning at the same time learning Android, because I don't have any Android devices. So I've been, pleasantly surprised at how I've been able to pick it up. And when things don't work, Reddit is a wonderful resource, and I've been able to game boots up, and it's like in super slow mo, and the voices are all talking like this, and nothing is really the way it should be. And you just Google that, and someone's got, yep, this is what you need to do, and poof, it's all UI based. You're not going into code or DOS prompt or anything like that. So yeah, I am really excited for it. I like this device. I like the form factor. So yeah, I am.
Yeah, I know. Past couple weeks, people don't know. Mike and I every night we have a little get together, a fireside chat, so to say, and
podcast planning.
Podcast planning. That's how much work goes into the show. I mean, tonight we'll be right back at it, planning for the next show. But over the past couple weeks, as we've been going through and Mike's been working on this, I can tell, like daily, his level of confidence was growing and getting better and more, and
swelling.
Yes, you can tell he was just swimming and winning and doing this, and self-pride and so forth was happening.
In Russ's Game Corps guide, he's got profits. He's got this like sort of what do you people at work, you professionals, call this diagram, flow chart.
Yeah, flow chart.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the end of the flow chart was profits. reap rewards, profits.
Reap rewards. Nice.
Yeah, so it is a mix of downloading and installing stuff on the device, getting your ROM files, of course, uploading the ROM file. There's a lot of I think the next thing I want to try to do is do it all on the device, and maybe I'll buy another device that I can tinker with and do it all on the Android rather than the computer part, just to get that experience. But a lot of downloading the ROMs on my PC. I had to go out and buy a USB dongle that can insert a micro SD card in it. And so then after I got the ROM files set up the way I wanted, I dumped them from my computer to the SD card, and then you put the SD card in your Android device, and then you point the emulators at the ROM files. So there's a lot of that type of work, downloading, installing emulators, and then going in and customizing the emulators.
Nice.
Kind of high level. And the PS2 era I was completely out on for the most part. I had a PS2, but I was really into just sports games at the time. So there's some titles there that I've never played that I'm looking forward to dabbling. I'm committed to like trying to play some of these games and experience them, and then whatever hooks me, like try to finish a game A to Z on this device. So far, like I know I'm playing the Wii version of Kirby's Epic Yarn, and I will complete that. I'm completing levels every day. But there's like games, like I didn't know there was a Godfather game or a Scarface game on the PS2. I might try to play one of those and see how that plays, or the Def Jam games, which I always enjoyed, or 50 Cent's game that I never played. So I'm going to try to play one of those and see if I can complete it. And these things also, if for some reason I'm hooked on the game, but I feel like the device is too small, I can hook it up to one of my monitors. It's got a USB-C. I could just get one of those HDMI to USB-Cs that I already have.
Uh-huh.
And, it's just like a Steam Deck or Ally. You can dock it. And,
right.
And it's Android, so you, of course, can hook up a controller to it and a mouse and keyboard if you like.
It looks like a nice little size. It looks decent. A little bit smaller than a Steam Deck looks.
Oh yeah, it's more like the Vita, I would say. A little bit bigger, in between a Vita and a Steam Deck for sure. With this on here, this case now, it's not so much pocketability. But if you took that off, you could just put this in your pocket. No, you have to have deep pockets. battery life on this thing, just playing, emulation, I think you can get anywhere between 10 to 12 hours of battery.
That's pretty good. That's real good.
My only complaint is I was upstairs while Lynn was watching some television and I was playing this next to her. The buttons are a little loud, especially the face button. So, the A, B, X, and Y. They are a little loud. And the only other thing I think people would have a hard time with adjusting, especially older folks, is the face buttons come in the layout of a Nintendo. Okay, so it's not A, B, X, Y, it's B, A, Y, X.
Yeah.
However, when you go into set up your device, you're setting this up as an Xbox controller. So B becomes A becomes B, X becomes Y, and Y becomes X. So you don't look at them. You
can't look at them.
You just got to go back, That takes a little.
Yeah. Even though the buttons, like PlayStation uses, the triangle, circle, X and square, and, Xbox has got the X, B, A, Y. It's still pretty much the same layout, right? Like the O button or the B button is normally like your back button to get out of a menu. Your execute button is normally like the X or A or something like that. So but yeah, you can't look at it. You just got to go by memory of what some of these buttons do and look.
When you play the GameCube games, though, forget about it. So many buttons are on that controller.
Are there back buttons? I didn't. Probably there are back buttons, everything on that too.
No. Just
no, none. Just the shoulder and yeah. Nice.
So, deep in the emulation minefields. It was a successful journey. Happy to come out on the other side. I think it's one of these things, though, Matt. You just don't set it and forget it. I think it's one of those things that you constantly got to be working at it, or you're going to lose the skills. Like a lot of things in life,
Yeah.
So I think some things I want to try. I haven't done any Switch emulation, and I'm not big on pirating games that can be readily available now. The good thing about the games I'm playing here is you can't buy them anywhere. So this is sort of keeping them alive, right?
Yeah.
But I own a bunch of Switch and Switch 2 games. I want to try to figure out how to make my own ROMs of those and then play them on a device after I've done that,
Oh, make your own ROMs.
Right. I mean, someone's got to have taken. Someone's got to be taking these from the source at some point. So how can I take things that I already own and make them ROMs?
Make them ROMs. That'd be.
I'm not sure if
nice
I want to dabble into PC emulation. I don't know. I haven't thought about that too much. I like this for now. I'm going to try to boot up the front end here. The front end ties it all together. It's sort of like the your Xbox front end, your PlayStation front end. So you see if you can pull this out a little bit. It might be too bright.
Yeah.
It's getting better there. You can see it now, right?
Yep, I see it. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can get this. This is great podcast.
It is.
So you can see how I can. Now I'm on Vita, right?
Yes.
And now I'm on.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Now I'm
PlayStation.
So this is what your front end looks like. I just go through and it tells me which one. And so if I wanted to click into the PlayStation ones, right, then it shows me all my games there going down the list.
Oh wow!
And it gives me a little preview of each game.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty slick, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh, here we are. It took me
That's
about
cool.
2 weeks, right? A little over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Finished product.
Yeah. Not bad.
Matt's encouraged me to get my own channel going. I don't think so. This Russ guy, very interesting guy, Retro Game Corps. He's a young-looking dude compared to us. I would imagine if I had to guess, he's probably in his late 30s, early 40s, maybe a little older than that because he's a 22-year veteran of the Navy. And just recently, I think, got out of the Navy. He was a cookbook author beforehand, and always been a gamer. And I think that's how he started blogging, doing video games during his Navy career. And then he got into another hobby is cookbooks and cooking, and so he started doing a blog and putting out books for that. And then the pandemic hit, and he had a lot of time on his hands, and he wanted to get back to his true love, which was gaming. And so he came out with this channel, Retro Game Corps, and he's started with the handheld and emulation, and it's taken off from there. And I don't think he lives in Hawaii because he's made so much money off the channel. I think he lives in Hawaii because maybe that's where he was last stationed or something like that in the Navy, and he decided to stay there. But also, this doesn't matter to anybody but me and maybe a few other people. I can tell he's a hardcore punk rock kid as well because a lot of the shirts he wears in his videos are bands that I know of. So that's an extra. I feel like I'm supporting.
There you go.
Supporting one of my own.
There. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, that's a little plug for all that. All right. Any questions, Matt, before we move on to that? Is that something you feel like you want to dabble in? Where's your interest level in any of that?
Yes, I'm very interested in you creating one for me and taking care of that so I can play also. Yes.
Understood. All right. Before we move on, we can't have a intro without some recommendations for Matt's wish list.
Oh.
I have
Ready.
I have two on the list here, unless something has changed. The first one, Matt, that I am want to tell you about, I think that I'm even interested in this. Go to rangerspathgame.com. Okay. Rangers Path National Park Simulator.
Oh, yeah.
This looks fucking outstanding.
Yes.
You've already have this on your radar?
I have looked at this. I saw this come up here and there, and I am interested in this. Reminds me of that. This is a little more detailed than the game we had. Firewatch. That was a great game. But yeah, this looks pretty interesting.
It does. It's got maybe many games have their own website. I'm not sure these days, but this has a very built-out website. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Rather than just having a Steam front end, and I've yet to see if is this just single player, or can you have multiple Rangers in a game at one time?
I don't know. It'd be great if we could play together.
Early access starts March 10th. FAQ. Let me go to the FAQ. See if there's. Will there be multiplayer? There won't be multiplayer at release, but we plan to look at this for the future. So there's that, a single player experience for now, but it does look fantastic. For anybody following along at home, it's Rangers Path Game. rangerspathgame.com. The full title of the game is Rangers Path National Park Simulator.
Yeah. I mean, the screenshots look phenomenal.
Right? Yeah, there's I think for me, it doesn't feel like stuffy, right? It feels like you're going to be interacting with people, doing simple things I can picture Matt working on building the picnic table that's broken.
Yes.
Fixing that, right? Or me busting out the chainsaw to cut up the
log.
the tree that's fallen down to cross someone's path or roadway.
Yeah. Looks very good. Yes, I this is on my radar, definitely.
Have they put out a price yet on the?
Mhm.
I don't see a price yet.
See what Steam says.
It says planned release March 10th, but there's no price.
Yeah, there's no price.
Now, this last game I want to tell you about, Matt. Car Service Together. Has this one been on your radar yet?
Never heard of this one.
It came out February 4th, so just a few days ago. It's fresh. Car Service Together is a 1 to 4 player co-op and single player simulation game where you and your friends start from scratch and build your way up. Work together to successfully run your own service center. Team up, manage your business, and create the ultimate car service.
Okay. So it's like a car mechanic simulator with friends.
Yep. You run your own business, everything. Yep. Sell cars.
Interesting.
Got mostly positive, 656 reviews, mostly positive.
So looks like there's a demo. $18.
Steam Deck playable.
Early access game.
Mm-hmm. V12 Studio, I'm not familiar with them. When I click on that, this seems to be their only game. So, a debut, which can be good and bad. Good because they're not weighed down by any other titles that they got to update. They can just focus on this and want to establish themselves, so they'll put their best foot forward. So you have to let us know if you started.
Yeah, this is watching on Steam the little videos that they. This is very similar to Car Mechanic Simulator as far as removing and installing parts. Mm-hmm. Very, very. It's like a
carbon copy.
They stole. It's like they stole some of the shit.
Uh-oh. Can't have that. I wouldn't have mentioned it if I knew that. I haven't played any other ones, but
yeah, looking at this thing here, it's then go look at Car Mechanic. There's a lot of similarities with the storefront on the computer and balancing things. Yeah, it's.
I'm going to give this game a 4 out of 5. This game got some really good bones, and with time, I can see it amazing. Thumbs down, though. Why is there a giant Palestine painting on the front of the building? Someone's feelings got hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe all buildings aren't like that. Maybe it's a Palestine.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's where they're at.
And I'm not seeing any of that. And who knows if any of that's real? Maybe someone's just putting that in there to fucking sabotage them. Anyways, those are your 2 games for the week, Matt. You do with them what you want. I'm only here to provide, not to purchase.
The Park Ranger is probably a definite. The car one, I'm going to do a double think on that because.
Well, you go into your financial guru this week. You see what comes back. Maybe you find an extra $18.99 under the seat cushion.
See.
All right, let's get into what we have been playing. And I already mentioned the Retroid stuff, retro games. Again, if anybody was following along, the device that I bought was the Retroid Pocket 5. What have you been up to, Matthew?
Well, I've been doing the retro thing myself a little differently, though, than you. On my PlayStation, I've been downloaded MLB The Show 18 to continue on some of my Road to the Show characters until the new game comes out. And I have also downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 and my save file from that. So trying to figure out where I'm at in that game. I'm pretty sure it was fully completed. I'm just out and about open world doing stuff now. Pretty sure that all was done. So I've been doing this season fun. MLB The Show 18, I've been having a lot of fun playing that again. I love my baseball games, looking for the new one coming out. And then, of course, more Assassin's Creed Shadows. Got some really good builds for Neo and Yusuke. right now. Game's going pretty good. I'm going through focusing on clearing the map and doing the objectives, and then from there I'm going to go around and do some of the other things that's going on. Like there's things where you got to kill 100 bandits, you got to kill 50 of these, you got to do this, and then a bunch of like collectibles and stuff too to go around and get. So, but that's a lot of fun. The game looks great. Still, it's awesome. It's good gameplay. It's still repetitive, but it's a lot of fun. Especially now that I can go in and kind of wreck shop a little bit easier. Always a fun thing when that happens, and the gear is pretty good. But that's really, man. It's been those games that I've been playing when I get home at night.
You didn't mention this one game that we played together, Peak.
Oh, Peak. That's right. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we played Peak together. That was pretty fun. Challenging at times. We got to go in and see where it left us off after we quit that one night.
Yeah, I think it's just.
That's
I think it's a roguelike where you just make a run and that's it. I don't think there's sort of any sort of progression that saves you. Like you might keep things that you've found, certain things, but I don't think.
Well, I think that checkpoint flag might have done something for us that we never planted. You know, like we might have been able to plant that in that second area that we started at, and then we would have like started from there, maybe, right? Instead of having to start the whole run over again.
Gotcha.
But it's a great game, co-op game. You're flying, you crash onto an island, and you and your buddy gotta gather things, and well, you gotta climb. You gotta climb up to the tippy top. And then there's how many different worlds we just found? There's like a bunch of different worlds you have to go through before you actually beat the game.
Think of like the Russian nesting dolls for a moment, right? So you climb these mountains and you're like, wow, I just climbed a big mountain. And then go back to the Russian nesting dolls and they get the mountains off in the horizon just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So you think you've climbed one, and then all of a sudden, nope, there's a bigger one I got to climb, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think we got around like two mountains. We got to the second one, and
yeah,
I'd say the character design not realistic for sure.
No,
not as
very basic,
not as floppy and uncontrollable as a game like Gang Beast. Which I know it's not going to mean anything to Matt, but if anybody else has ever played Gang Beast, these characters are like a step or two above that sort of look and flexibility and mobility. So very much a bare bones sort of mechanical maneuvering system, right? It's not like that new game that just came out that everybody's sort of talking about, or a lot of people talking about. Cairn.
Cairn.
Is that how you
pronounce
that? Yeah.
I don't know how to I'm going to pronounce it.
Yeah. So it's night and day difference as far as the character, mobility.
Yeah, I mean that's more realistic game compared to this. This is arcadey, cartoony.
Yes. Very much like that RV There Yet.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And you were playing it on PC. I was playing it on the Steam Deck. And Steam Deck handled it no problem. It was good. It was a good experience on the Steam Deck.
Fun teamwork. You can help each other out, boost each other up, pick each other up, grab things like Mike carry the backpack, put a bunch of stuff in the back there, and of course, if you weight it down, it uses up more adrenaline or stamina. You got to keep that in mind. Refill that when you're climbing. It's just little different things here and there that work, and yeah, we should probably maybe pick it up again, check it out some more.
Yeah, it's not a game you'd play like every night, but it's a game
no.
Every couple of weeks you're looking for some laughs, but you want to try to make a good run at the same time without being silly.
Yeah,
it could fill it. Now I'm not sure how many people can play that. Is that just 2 people, or is that more people could join us?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
I want to say you could play up to 4 people. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw streams where there was like 4 people. And it's not an incredibly expensive game. Peak, right? How many people can play Peak?
Peak.
4 players.
4, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Online co-op. So if there's any other PC people out there that want to play some Peak, you let us know.
Oh, a patch came off. You can now kick people.
Oh no. Yeah, that's like that's like the next frontier for me, man. After I get to this emulation, do I want to get into modding? I haven't modded any.
Yeah, you do.
I haven't modded any of these emulated games yet. I'm sure there's all sorts of modding that you can do in Peak.
Yeah, you want to get into some modding so you can start modding some games for me. Creating some mods for some stuff. Definitely.
God damn it. All right. I've been playing some Horizon Forbidden West. I looked at my PlayStation this morning, 45% done, 38 hours in.
Oh, wow.
As I was saying to Matt last night, the game still hasn't grabbed me too much. Here and there, the story, compels me. And I think my biggest gripe with the game so far is the fluidity of Aloy. She likes to grab onto anything and everything that comes in her way. And sometimes when I'm fighting various snap maws, which are essentially alligators, or other things that look like hippos that want to kill me, and I'm running, and all of a sudden she wants to latch on to some sort of pole or mountain or whatever climbing apparatus she encounters. It is frustrating me. I want to be in complete control of my character at all times. And sometimes I feel the game gets in the way of that. But while we're talking about Horizon, man, we could talk a little news here at the same time, that they announced a Horizon multiplayer game. I'm not sure if you saw this week, Horizon Hunter's Gathering. It is very divided amongst the fan base. It was long rumored that Guerrilla Games was working on a multiplayer game as a service, live service game. And so it has been announced that it is this Hunter's Gathering. And people say, it's a combination of Fortnite and Overwatch and Destiny 2. They're calling it a tactical, reactive, and deeply skill-based game that also sports a more stylized art direction, more akin to an animated film. So I joined the beta or whatever. I signed up for the beta to see how it goes, but this could be something we could play as well, depending on the price point. There's a campaign and there's 2 multiplayer modes: Machine Incursion and Cauldron Descent. The Incursion sees players battling waves of machines. Descent is a multi-stage challenge set with a series of dungeon-like cauldrons. Diablo-esque game, maybe.
Sounds like they're trying to be the be-all of everything.
Yeah, if you remember, they had multiple Horizon multiplayer live as service games in development. I think one of them got canceled. I want to say the people Blue Point was making the other one, and that got canceled. So this is the one. Now remember, we played the Lego Horizon game.
Yep.
That was made by Guerrilla. All the other Horizon games made by Guerrilla, and this one here is made by Guerrilla as well. So none of these are being outsourced to a different company who might not know that the fabric and the importance of the franchise. So that's always good, I think, for me, rather than having it, some other team like Iron Galaxy, or not throwing any shade at Iron Galaxy, but a Porthouse doing it maybe doesn't have the same level of investment as the studio who actually makes the games. Came up with the IP.
Looks good. Graphics and everything looks pretty cool on it.
Yeah. People on Reddit are not happy about it. So we'll see if this is DOA or if it's got the juice, as the kids say these days. Mm-hmm. Moving on, Ball Pit had an update. So I've been back into Ball Pit a lot on the Xbox. Good to fire up the Xbox. I've been playing that. having a lot of fun. That might be something I try to play on the handheld, one of these Retroid things. I might buy the Steam version and see if I can get that working. As far as television, I finished Fallout Season 2. Very enjoyable. A lot of stuff, since I didn't play New Vegas, I wasn't aware of, so that was good. Was it as good as the first season? Sometimes things are not always good as the first time you see it, right? Second season, a lot of world building, character building. One could argue, did it get anywhere at the end and leave you on a massive cliffhanger for 3? Probably. And it'll probably be a year and a half. They haven't even started filming that yet. So, and then other than that, I've been watching the new Game of Thrones show. And someone help me out there. What is the new Game of Thrones show? I don't even know the name of it.
Seven Kingdoms thing or whatever that is.
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
There it is. That is very good. Those shows are short, maybe 30 to 45 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
In that type of range. And it's about a knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his squire Egg. The Tall is named after Duncan is short for donkey, and he's tall. And he was a squire for this other, they called him a shit knight. Basically, just a generic knight. And that guy died and made him a knight before he died, so now he's a knight. And he's traveling along the Seven Kingdoms and competing in some sort of competition, and catches himself in a bit of a predicament. And we won't go on from there to spoil it for anybody, but very good. It's on HBO. I'm liking that a lot.
Oh, nice.
And you don't.
I heard it's getting good reviews.
And you don't need to know anything about Game of Thrones. I mean, it enhances the experience for sure, but it's not in the same timeline. You know, the same families are mentioned. You know, so the Targaryens, the Baratheons, Lannisters, the Iron Throne, you know, Westeros, you know, those things are mentioned. So if you're aware of those things, that it heightens the experience. But there's no Cersei Lannister or you know, there's none of those characters.
Okay, good.
All right. Anything you've been watching, doing?
I haven't been really watching anything. No, I have not, unfortunately. There's a bunch of stuff I want to catch up and watch. The Pit, this show here you're talking about. Fallout.
Yeah, make sure you watch this show with Barb. There's especially a good scene.
Really? For me or for her? Dead ass, huh?
Dead ass. I was crestfallen to learn that was a prosthetic.
Need one.
The Olympics are on.
Yes.
And speaking,
I've been watching the Olympics.
Speaking of needing one, I didn't click into the story, but I saw a headline of the long jumpers injecting things into their penis, and I stopped at that point to make the jumps go further, farther, longer, firmer. I don't know. I didn't.
That's interesting.
I couldn't tell if this was real, or you know, I did not want to. I will rely on you to follow up on that and get back to us with a very thorough report.
I will look into it.
Okay.
In more ways than one.
Dead ass. All right. Some gaming news here, and then we'll be out of your hair. A new Xbox in 2027, you say, Matt?
Yes, that's what I say.
Okay.
Just how I'm good with the weather, I'm good with predicting this shit, too.
AMD hints that the next generation Xbox could arrive next year. AMD's CEO Lisa Su has referenced a potential 2027 launch for Microsoft's next generation Xbox console during a company earnings call this week. This comes from IGN via PC Magazine. She went on to say, from a product standpoint, Valve is on track to begin shipping its AMD-powered Steam machine early this year. Not so fast. We'll get to that in a minute. And development of Microsoft's next-gen Xbox featuring an AMD semi-custom SoC is progressing well to support a launch in 2027. So a SoC is a system-on-chip integrated security that essentially squeezes all or most of the components of a computer onto a single unit. Be interesting if Microsoft comes out next year with something which would be ahead of everybody else, meaning PlayStation. There's the RAM shortages and prices of everything going up. I'd be very, very curious to see what the landscape looks like a year from now.
I wonder how much of an actual upgrade this would be, or if it's just, as far as like a new console, or just, a powerful upgrade to the Xbox now, like Xbox Pro type of thing. You know what I mean?
I think this thing is going to be a box that is like the ROG Ally X.
Like I understand they're calling a new good launch, new console, blah blah blah, but this doesn't seem.
I think this is going to be like the Steam machine, Matt. It's going to be because the next story we have here is that Epic Games says they are going to be on the new Xbox day and date, the Epic's Game Store. In an interview with GameFile, Epic Game Store head Steve Allison said the company had been having discussions with Microsoft about having their storefront on the console. Allison was discussing the Asus ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X handhelds, which are essentially handheld PCs with boot into an Xbox app, but also provide access to other stores like Steam, GOG, Ubisoft, Battle.net, etc. There's a link to the Epic Game Store on those handhelds, but at the moment there's no PC version of the launcher. But Allison said there's plan to add a dedicated Epic Game Store app for the device, saying we haven't built the apps for those that we need to build, but stressed the company's current main priority is to improve the overall store and launcher and focus on making apps for handheld PCs, which led to the topic of the Xbox console. And he says, we definitely plan to be on the new Xbox hardware for Xbox because unless their policy or stance on it changes, they are telling us they're going to welcome that. And we're going to be there like on day one. That will probably require us to build in whatever their requirements are, some sort of software to support that. So I got a couple thoughts right off the top, Matt, reading that. And you let me know what you think. Your fucking Epic Games. You have a cash cow in Unreal Engine. You have a cash cow in Fortnite. Shame the fuck on you for not having your PC launcher be in a better state all these years later. Shame on you for not having something already integrated with these companies. It's not like you're just some podunk little store. You're Epic Games. Yeah. You could go to Asus. You could go to Microsoft. This is what we have ready. We are ready to go to the handheld. Make it happen. Oh, I guess we got to build it now? No, it should already be fucking built, sir. Like, what are you? What are you doing over there? Are you coming in all day and just fucking shop in the Fortnite store?
Yes. That's exactly. Yes. Yeah. What's the hold up here? Why?
I mean,
get this shit. Yeah, shit will get off the pot, man.
Tired of rich white executives fucking not doing their fucking job. Fucking get it done. Don't tell me all these the who's, the what's, the buts, and the nuts. Get it done. Get it done, sir. So 2027, Xbox with the Epic Game Store. I think it's going to be like the ROG Ally X. How is that moving the needle for you at all, sir?
I don't know. Yeah, see what it all entails. What's the new console?
What is it? I want to be there when Matt Helmer gets the reaction to this thing, right? And they come two different flavors, and one's $12.99 and one's $15.99. I want to see the look on your face, sir, when that's the price.
Might as well buy a PC.
I mean, the ROG Xbox Ally X is $1,000.
Yes.
So why do you think this? Why does anybody think these things are going to be cheaper?
No one is expecting to pay that much for a console. That's why. No, that's consoles are supposed to be cheaper, and
no one is expecting American citizens to be shot in the head on the streets of Minneapolis either. But here we are. I think all expectations of the world have been thrown out the window.
I don't think it's going to fly. I mean, look at the fucking heat PlayStation got years ago with the PlayStation 3 when that coming out like at $700 or some shit like that. When everything else was $200-$300.
I'm in 150% agreement with you, but I think we are living in unprecedented times.
Because very well are, but
because OpenAI and
everything needs to go crazy.
OpenAI and NVIDIA need to power your email, sir, because you are too slow as an individual to summarize your own emails anymore. That you now need to click into your email and have it summarized for you.
Well, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse here. Everyone's denying these mega data centers from coming into their land areas. We need all these data centers to compute and all this stuff. You don't have those, it's going to slow everything down. You got to let these people in and build these mega data centers. Otherwise, all your AI and all that's going to go away.
Now, I'm sorry. Are you saying MAGA data centers or mega data centers?
Mega, not MAGA too. Don't MAGA, mega, whatever. Mega, these super duper data centers. Yeah. Yeah, Trump's got to keep his MAGA machine running, to take over everything. Fucking twerp.
So, I don't. I'm in agreement with you, but at the same sense, I don't see these things being cheaper than $1,000. Now, because now we're moving on to the next story here. At least I think it is. Let me look at my planner. Yes, it is. Steam machine delayed. Right? They were announced in November. Supposed to be priced by now, right? Early 2026. You think of early 2026, you think of somewhere between February and April, right? So we still got a little bit of time.
Still, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So before we dive into some of the hardware-specific questions, this comes directly from their blog. We want to get straight to the two we know everyone is wondering about the most. When will these be launching and how much will they cost? When we announced these products in November, we planned on being able to share specific pricing and launch dates by now. But the memory and storage shortages we've likely heard about across the industry have rapidly increased since then. The limited availability and growing prices of these critical components mean we must revisit our exact shipping schedule and pricing, especially around Steam Machine and Steam Frame. Our goal of shipping all three products in the first half of the year has not changed, but we have to work to land on concrete pricing. We have to do work to land on concrete pricing and launch dates that we can confidently announce. Being mindful of how quickly the circumstances around both of those things can change, we will keep you updated as much as we can as we finalize those plans as soon as possible. Okay? So that gets back into what we were just saying, sir. No one has an appetite, but boy, you got to start making room in that stomach for it because it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully, soon, hopefully a decent price.
I got one word for you, sir.
Right there.
Emulation. Get on it.
You do that for me, will you? Take care of that for me. Take care of that for me. Yeah, I think Steam's a Valve, Steam, good company. They're not going to lead us astray. I'm confident they're going to put out a good little OS with this little Steam machine and all that. It's going to
at a price.
Yeah, I mean the rumors there, $700-$800. Yeah, it's pricing for all this, but I mean all these gotta be careful because there's going to be that point where it's like, well, fuck it, I'm just going to get a computer instead.
Yeah, good luck.
Or I'm just going to buy a graphics card.
We were looking the other day at a Scott's Turf Builder pusher for lawn seat, and Matt's like, "Those are $34." I said, "No, go look. $99.
You can get the one I'm talking about for $35. But yeah, that's a super duper thing that you're looking at.
Well,
Yeah,
that was two. That was $200 to $300. That one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. I think there's one that's like $400 too, or something. We saw.
But the $99 on Amazon, the first one that comes up, $99. Hey, I want all these things to come down in price. I want as many people to play as possible and be able to afford this and go on vacations and feed their families all at the same time, right? I just don't know.
Not
clearly they don't know either. Otherwise, they would have a price. They would be taking your money already if they knew.
Yeah.
If they knew that they could lock it in $7.99 and $8.99, they'd already have a storefront up there where you could pre-order. Guarantee.
Yep. No, yep.
All right, moving on to some more positive news. Avowed and Outer Worlds. There was an in-depth article in the Bloomberg by Jason Schreier where Obsidian revealed that last year's Outer Worlds 2 has underperformed and a sequel is not in development. However, Avowed, the company's other, I'm going to use air quotes here, blockbuster RPG released last year, also missed its targets, but Obsidian reportedly still has plans for more for that game, which is in the same setting as Pillars of Eternity. Why do you think these games did not sell and meet expectations? You think it speaks to the games themselves, or do you think there's a larger issue here with people's game taste these days?
The Outer Worlds 2 surprised me more than Avowed. Avowed kind of got mediocre results and reviews and stuff. They said then when it didn't meet expectations. You played Outer Worlds 2, right?
I have. I need to go back to it. I felt it was very, very involved. Like, you start this main mission and then you got to go off and do this other. All these sort of missions build off of each other. I was doing that in Ghost of Yote at the same time, and I needed to cut bait on one of them and just focus. I do need to go back to it. Whether I start over again or try to pick it up, it remains to be seen. But I didn't think it was a bad game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if the taste in games is changing for people. Both Avowed and Outer Worlds 1 was great. I haven't played Outer Worlds 2. Avowed was good. What little bit I played of it there, I gotta get back into Avowed, like you're doing with Outer Worlds, because it's got the whole fantasy bells and stuff like that I dig.
What's interesting to me is Outer Worlds 2 has an 83 on Metacritic. Avowed has an 80. Those are good scores.
Those are very good scores. I think they're going off the sales.
Correct.
They're basing their off of sales, right? They said they want that 30% margin, profit margin target, for these games. That's a lot. That's a big number.
Well, Satya Nadella, his life is all propped up by AI these days. AI tells him what clothes to put on and what, it summarizes his podcast for him. It's the Copilot's not cheap to keep up and running.
Oh, and then I think once the sales were hurt because of Game Pass and everything that was going on there.
Keep coming. Now you're hitting it. Are the games devalued because people think they're free on certain systems? I think the games actually sell pretty well on PlayStation. And I don't think the Game Pass.
I'm not sure about the devalue thing anymore, but I think a lot of people are the whole Game Pass thing. That left a lot of people with a sour taste in their mouth. That jumped into $30, and I think Xbox is still getting a lot of backlash over that.
I think that's a big factor. People canceled their subscription, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think people might have kept their subscription or lowered it, but I don't know anybody that says I'm going to subscribe to Game Pass, and I like this game so much. Now I'm going to buy it outright too.
No, that's not going to happen.
Right?
That's not happening.
Yes, it's not happening. You could, if you wanted to, you could buy the game. So I think they've lost out. There was an article a few months back, where they've lost out on all this revenue on Call of Duty because no one's fucking buying it because you just have it on Game Pass. And now they raised the prices, and you only can get Call of Duty now with the Ultimate tier. Right. So I think my point here I'm trying to make is with the Game Pass, it has hurt sales because either people have unsubscribed or reduced. The Game Pass subscriber number is not going up, so they're missing out on all those sales of the game itself on the platform, and they're only getting sales on the PlayStation platform for it, or PC if it's there, but those are much smaller numbers, I think, because they're not day and date, right? Avowed and Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 might have been day and date on PlayStation, I can't remember, but Avowed was not. Avowed came to Xbox first, and then it came to PlayStation. It's a mighty predicament that they've put themselves in.
Yep.
Was PlayStation Plus the way to go for Xbox, where it's cheaper, you get some games free, and not everything is included? Would that have been a more? Who knows? No one will know.
Yeah.
But what bothers me reading this article, a game that I don't care about, is Grounded 2. Is doing, I guess, really well. And it's a game that they had a very small team work on, a very short, development cycle. I like games in development. They come out as you're interested in them. I think that's good, shorter development cycle, but a smaller team always scares me. That means people can be looked at as redundant and not necessary, that we built a game with a smaller team, so we don't need all these people working here. The game that sells, only 5 people made, I'm just picking a number. Those types of things always scary. Imagine if your work came to you, Matt, and said, geez, our most successful properties, we just had, 2 architects, 1 civil engineer, and a money manager, and boy, those ones got done in no time and were the most success. We're just going to repeat that. We don't need all these other people here. Those would be some scary times.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So we'll see. I will weigh in later on Outer Worlds 2. I definitely want to circle back to it. I thought the gameplay was good, compelling, very intricate. I think intricate is the word I want to use in the quest. Matt, it's tough. A wise man once said, warmer weather is coming.
Yeah, it is.
And if people could see me hear how I am broadcasting, they would be like, when? As I am, I have my hood. I have a hoodie on. I have a knit hat. I have a scarf on, and layered up to the gills. But Matt is very, very excited for summer because the marketing campaign for GTA 6 will be in full swing because the game has come out November 19th, supposedly. I mean, what is getting you excited? Like, are you excited to buy like Doritos and Mountain Dew? What type of marketing campaign are you expecting here that's gonna wow you?
I just want to see the commercials, what they do, some of the shit they're going to start showing off with the gameplay and the games and the story. Just like they did with GTA 5. They had some clever commercials in there. They showed some pretty good stuff. So I'm kind of hoping for the same thing here. Just teasers, looking at stuff, seeing things.
Will there be a
things you're going to be able to do
tonight?
No.
Will there be any video game commercials tonight, or platforms or anything?
I think so. I think there'll be something out there. There might be something out there from Microsoft.
They said the Marvel commercial, $10 million. $10
million? No, I haven't seen any. I tried it. I haven't seen anything with commercials yet. I'll kind of wait and see.
I mean, I haven't seen them either, but I know that's the price point supposedly for the ad placement.
Jesus Christ, that's crazy. That is just absolutely out of bounds.
Out of bounds, and at the same time, the Boston Public Schools announced that they don't have the money to pay some of their educators, and they're letting them go, and there's a hiring freeze.
Yeah. Schools across the nation are fucking, huh?
We're just full of all cheer today. So I can't remember as far back because it was a 360 era when the last GTA came out. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
What was the marketing like at that point? Do you remember?
Yeah, they full scale commercials on regular TV. They didn't. I don't recall them doing like the Doritos Mountain Dew thing.
If you remember back in that time, I was invited on the WGBH, the very esteemed public Channel 2 in Boston.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To
where this old house and everything came from.
Yes, and the woman who hosted the show is the daughter of the guy that was on 60 Minutes, Andy Rooney. She was the woman that was the moderator. We were talking about GTA 5 and is it appropriate to be playing a game called Grand Theft Auto where you can, run around and smack hookers around, whatever the topics are that come out when a Grand Theft Auto come out, And I was very much taking the stance of that it's not my circle of friends aren't playing this game to seek out that type of we can go just murder people and rape and pillage. It's more of a decompression from the workday, and it's no different than watching, a murder show or a serial killer show.
Right,
or,
movie.
It's just a different form of entertainment. And other people had different takes than that. But I am curious about the marketing in this day and age. Will they try to stay under the radar a little bit and not kick up a shitstorm that doesn't need to be kicked up, or are they looking to kick up the shitstorm and that does better for them?
People know they're looking to start the shitstorm. Ever since Grand Theft Auto 3, man, it's been these games come out, controversy and all that. Hell yeah, what was it? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, had the mature rating, right? That was a big deal. They're gonna fucking blow this up with this campaign and all that. Make this is the game of ages here.
What I'm trying to get is, we didn't live in a world back then where you felt like whatever it was at that MySpace, whatever, like being blocked. Like now with TikTok, because it's China, they want to censorship is what I'm driving at here. Different.
No, I would say if anything, back then when the earlier things were more conservative, more morals were out compared to now. What's going on?
I'm trying to remember. I think back then we had a bipartisan type of government. Right now we don't. And I'm wondering.
Back then the biggest issues we had were like Obama wore a tan suit one day instead of a blue one, or fucking Clinton got a blowjob. Whatever, now it's just all types of bullshit happening. People are more numb to what's going to be going on here.
I think the people will be, yes. I don't think the people in power will be. And will they like to flex their muscle? Will the J.D. Vances of the world go, this is immoral, and we need to put a stop to these games, and they can't be released?
It's always been that way with these games. And it's always been this with these games and killing and all that stuff, where you're saying the wrong message, you're not doing it. It's look at fucking back with Al Gore and Tipper Gore with the
PMRC. Shit, fuck, Satan, death, sex, drugs, and rape. These 7 words.
Yeah. That's not going away. None of that's going away.
I'll hold you to it. Are the presidential elections going away? Can you forecast that one yet for me?
That one, I'm afraid to talk about that one.
All right.
Oh, man.
Last one, Matt. I'm going to let you take the lead on this one because I know nothing about this game. I've never played it, but they're turning it into a TV show, and it's being co-creator of The Last of Us game and TV show. Craig Mazin is taking the lead on this. So take it away, sir.
Yeah, I know you didn't. Baldur's Gate 3, I know you didn't play it. Very popular game, won lots of awards. Super fun. Different type of game. It's one of those turn action games. You know what I'm talking?
Turn-based.
Turn-based. Thank you. But apparently, they're going to make it into a drama series for HBO, which could be interesting because there's a lot of great characters in the game. There is a lot of the story is good in that. This could be interesting how this comes out. The Last of Us worked out very well for them doing that. Fallout's working out well. So there's, it surprises me a game like this for a TV show. But it could work. The whole fantasy thing, sci-fi thing.
So this Greg Mazin guy is quite the nerd. He says, after putting in nearly 1,000 hours into the incredible world of Baldur's Gate 3, it is a dream come true to be able to continue the story that Larian and Wizards of the Coast created. I'm a devoted fan of D&D and the brilliant way that Sven Vincke and his gifted team adapted it. I can't wait to help bring Baldur's Gate and all of its incredible characters to life with as much respect and love as we can. What's interesting to me, with no ties to another Baldur's Gate game in development, Mazin has the freedom over the direction of the story, making it more of a traditional show versus The Last of Us, whose plot and lifespan were determined by the existing game. So maybe it will have some of the same, themes and characters and whatnot, but it's not beholden to follow some sort of storyline.
Yeah, and it could also be the way Baldur's Gate is with the story. It could go on to many different things. You could do like a TV show where it's not a series, or where it's like each episode is a different story, kind of like the old Star Treks or something like that. There's overlining arcs, but each show is its own wrapped up story at the end and everything. That's a good possibility with this. I hope it plays out and happens.
This Mazin guy also did Chernobyl.
That was a great series. Did you ever see that?
No, I'm a Chernobyl aficionado as well. I should watch that.
You should watch Chernobyl. You would, it's a hell of a TV series. Great acting.
This is getting me back to a topic we were just talking about, Grand Theft Auto. Is that the next thing to be cannibalized into a television show? Right? We think of all people saying right now that video games is bigger than Hollywood. And that's why we're seeing a lot of these video games turned into movies and televisions. There's no bigger franchise and game out there than Grand Theft Auto. Is that the next one to get some sort of TV movie adaptation?
It's possible, but how do you put it apart from other shows that would be similar? Real life city drama, cop shows.
More adult
crime.
When I say adult, I don't mean pornography, but a more mature Miami Vice.
Yeah. I suppose. Yeah,
and it doesn't have to be. If they go the Baldur's Gate route here, they wouldn't have to take something from a, make it a story that already exists. Could you put Grand Theft Auto the television show and just? Yeah, I don't know. This is very simplistic terms, but a more mature Dukes of Hazzard, right? Those guys are always breaking the law and having fights, and there was TNA in the show.
Yeah, I can see something along with that. Sometimes, a show full of shenanigans and shit like that. One of those comedy drama things.
Some people with deeper pockets than us and bigger brains, debatable, have to be kicking this around. No, that's money left on the table.
I would rather see a Red Dead Redemption than Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I'm not saying for my taste. If you're asking me, yes, I'd like to see Red Dead Redemption as well. But you don't think someone's talking about it?
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone out there trying to get their greasy paws onto the Grand Theft Auto franchise to make into a movie or a TV series or something.
Where is your? Go ahead.
Well, I just don't. You'd have to. There's so many shows out there now that's crime and all that shit. So how do you? I see, the more mature type of lining, but
I think the Miami setting, it gets them. We got there's plenty of room to do what they want to do. Someone smart to screenwriter could craft something that's compelling.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Where is your comfort level or confidence level? I actually want to say that this game is going to be good. A lot of the guys, a lot of the people that aren't around that wrote those original games, at least one of the brothers isn't there anymore. A lot of people, a lot of turnover. Is there any possibility in your mind that this could come out like a Cyberpunk, where the game was just simply not ready and it still needs another 3 to 4 years of solid work like CD Projekt Red put in? And
I think that possibility is there. Yeah, that possibility is there. I don't see it happening. I mean, there's going to be little bugs and nuances here, but it's not going to fall flat. I don't.
I think the thing they got working for them is they only have to release it for Xbox and PlayStation.
Right.
It's not coming out on PC on day and date.
And they prove themselves in the past with their releases and how good they are and just how solid everything is. So I have full
rubber
faith.
Stamp it. You heard it here. Matt's buying all the premium editions. He's getting the pre-order bonuses. That's always the rubber stamp of approval that this thing is going to be a blockbuster. Well, look at this cardboard. This cardboard. This
it's fucking cardboard. I will be buying whatever premium edition comes out for this thing. I will be purchasing it. I do believe $80-$90 for this game for the regular version.
What is your ceiling to plunk down for this?
Probably 150.
For 150, what are you expecting to be in that? Bikinis, thongs?
Yeah, everything.
Like physical lotion.
Yeah, that's right. Comes with lotion. Outfits, skins, shit like that. I pre-order bonuses with weapons, guns. I don't know. Yeah. Money.
You already got the week off? It's right before
Thursday
right before Thanksgiving.
Right before Thanksgiving. That's beautiful timing.
It's almost
beautiful timing.
I'll be done by mowing the lawn by then in the leaf raking. So that's almost the beginning of cozy season. Yeah.
I'll be in still mowing leaves and raking leaves when that comes out.
So that means they won't be done. They won't be handled till the spring.
That's correct, sir. That's correct. Thanksgiving's called off this year. It's not happening. I'm going to be the family come over. But I'll be down here playing Grand Theft Auto.
You got one of those fake spray-on tans.
Yeah. I'll spray on the turkey so the turkey looks done.
Where's your? I mean, it's only February 8th, sir. Where's your excitement level?
No, I'm excited. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be a great game. A lot of fun. Looking forward to playing it. I'm excited. No more delays. It'll be out. Now, I don't want it to be. I want to enjoy my summer and everything. I don't want it to be November 19th like tomorrow, but I'm excited for it. This is probably the biggest release for me this year, obviously.
Are you going to be upgrading any equipment between now and then to prepare?
I'll be beginning for the PlayStation, for the Pro. Maybe a new headset. I don't know. New headset or controller.
Hopefully that gets bundled in.
Maybe. Maybe it's what $150 will pay for.
Okay. Well, we've covered a lot of topics today, Matthew. We've hit them all. Maybe some 2 or 3 times, in fact. We should wrap up here. I got to go tend to my yard and deal with the frozen tundra and the snow.
Good luck.
And then I will move on to other festivities. Anything you need to say to the children before we log off?
Go Super Bowl.
Sometimes I pull on it so hard, I rip the skin.